member of the Board of Selectmen, but I'm a taxpayer, and most importantly, I'm a parent. And I appreciate all the hard work that was done from everyone in the front row here, and everyone sitting up here facing me. These cuts, as a parent, are unacceptable. And I know you did the best job you could with what we have for funding. But when you talk about eliminating replacement of textbooks, that means there's some grade level, some school that are going to be teaching children with textbooks that are probably outdated. Can't happen. We reduce or eliminate outside professional development. So what that means to me is the school teachers that we entrust to teach our children will miss out on opportunities to further their professional development. Unacceptable. I'm not taking this, don't take this as a slight to school committee members up there. This isn't directed at you. I'll get to whom it's directed at as I conclude. Personnel cuts. We're eliminating, what I hear, the only instructional technology teacher in the district. This is where we should be putting funds, not eliminating an entire program. The foreign language teacher that introduces foreign languages to 7th grade students who will choose what foreign language they're going to take in the 8th grade. We're cutting that out. So, in terms of foreign language, our children are going to be behind most other districts. Unacceptable. We're eliminating, not eliminating, we're going to absorb the retirement by an arts teacher. Well, I think we've been down this road a few years ago. When you eliminate a program, it's difficult to bring it back, almost impossible. We've been able to do it over the last couple of years. We're heading down the wrong road, the wrong path, if we choose not to replace that arts teacher. We eliminate a custodian. What I've been preaching over the last 3 years I've been on the board, I don't want to unemploy anyone and lay anyone off. Both the school committee and the Board of Selectmen, which I sit upon, have done a marvelous job in trying to prevent that from happening. Unacceptable. It's unacceptable, and I call upon not those sitting at the front of this room, not those that sit at Town Hall every other Monday night. I call on our teachers union to step up to the plate, come across the table, and be creative. I could go as far as to say, you have 1 year remaining on your contract, come to us. If education is where your heart is, and the children that we entrust you to teach is really why you're in that profession, step up to the table. Maybe offer to open up that contract. Give us a little bit to close this gap so we don't have these cuts. But you know what would be very easy for the teachers union to do? And I say the union, because on an individual basis, I know quite a few of the teachers in this district. And I think on an individual basis, they would step forward. But it's their union that's driving them. Step to the table on health insurance. That's where we can make a difference this year. That's where we could close this gap without reducing services, without unemploying anyone. That's how we come. You're the largest union in this district. In this North Reading, we call home, that all these people in this room have bought homes here, live here, because of the school system here. You're the largest union. What a powerful message that would send if the teachers union steps up to the table, not next year, not next month, not next week, tomorrow, comes to the superintendent, comes to the school committee, and says, you know what? It's the kids we care about. Take a look at health insurance. Let's see if we can come to an agreement on plan design. Each year, it's about a 10% increase in health insurance every year. This year here, it's about a $500,000 increase in the budget. There we go, $500,000. It looks like we're going to have about my math, the teachers I have, it's about $185,000 remaining. We go on to next year. It's that simple. Thank you.
Great point, Sean. I would like to, I think it would be important to have Kathy expound a little bit on some of these cuts and what they mean. For example, maybe briefly, not going into too much detail, but what exactly does a instructional or technology instruction teacher do? What does it mean by cutting out, and maybe Mr. Bernard could address this, what does it mean by cutting an art teacher at the high school? I think I know what it means, but I'll have John tell us that. But if Kathy, you could expound on some of those things, and then John, and maybe John could also talk about the middle school language program and what the results would be if we had to do that.
Actually, Mr. Webster, each one of our administrators has prepared or thought about an impact statement, okay. So it would be a perfect opportunity to give them a chance to speak to these cuts. Okay, great. I think that's important. I don't know if you want to come up to the front, each one come up to the front here, because I think that'll make it easy for everybody to hear you. And so, I don't know if saying, John, you want to start? Okay. Sure.
You want me to have the microphone?
Yeah, if you could, because that way people probably can hear you a little bit better.
Well, I think, and thank you for the opportunity to explain a little bit further on how such a cut would affect the students at the high school. I don't think it comes as a surprise to anybody that the district is very thin in its staffing and in the luxuries that we do provide to our students. So when you're challenged with having to make a reduction of some $300,000, it doesn't come easily. For the high school, the reduction of a teacher in the art department does have what I would label as some very detrimental effect on those students who have a particular interest in studying art, not only at the high school, but maybe more importantly beyond high school, and preparing themselves for entering art school. And we do every year have students who choose to further their education specifically at art school. The unfortunate thing with a reduction in the art department of a teacher is that it is likely that some high-level art courses, art portfolio for example, may be eliminated. It is possible too that there could be a reallocation of staff that might allow a course such as that to still run for students, and I would make every effort to see that happen, but I can't guarantee tonight that it would, because I don't know exactly what the students are electing for classes on April 11th. I'll know that in about a month or so. So it's difficult to pinpoint exactly whether or not that would be possible, but suffice it to say that there will be an impact on students who take art courses. Another byproduct of the cut would be that other elective areas would most likely see an increase in enrollment, because you're now, if students aren't in 5 sections of art, which is what a full-time art teacher teaches, they have to be somewhere for a class. And one negative to that is it may not be a first choice elective that they're going into, although over the last couple of years we've done a good amount of work in expanding elective opportunities for students, but it is likely that it may not be their first choice elective, and it also could have an impact in the sizes of the classes that those elective courses run. So for example, if it's 100 students, is just as rough number, that aren't taking art, they're going somewhere else. So it may mean that an elective course that runs with 23 students now might have 28 students. I think those are very rough, but I think very real and fairly accurate numbers. So, as the superintendent said, this is always very distasteful. I can speak I think most effectively about the high school, but I think it's true for the entire district. But I'm very proud of the advancements we've made at the high school in recent years, and to take any step backwards through a reduction of staff is unfortunate at best, and it's distasteful. And I think that this community is better than that. I think it's shown that it's been better than that, and I'm hoping that it does do that again, so that we don't have to realize any of the cuts that are on this list. And in fact, it would be nice to be adding things that the children of this community deserve. So I hope that answers the question.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have each administrator give a couple of minutes of impact statement, and then we'll open it back up for questions again. I think since we addressed the instructional technology teacher, Patrick, if you want to get up and talk about the impact on technology and instruction in the district.
Thank you. Thank you as well for the opportunity. I would just briefly discuss the 3 areas that I'm affected. The professional development, just to give a sense of some of the work that's been done by our staff this year. Among many others, bullying prevention and intervention training, school discipline and security, open circle social and emotional learning programs, smart board training, web design, content area specific training, for example, writing, reading, phonics, math, as well as immersion in our district-wide initiatives such as professional learning communities, inclusion, learning styles and multiple intelligences, standards-based instruction, backwards design, differentiated instruction, response to intervention, and technology integration. And research has shown that high-quality professional development for teachers is directly related to increased teacher learning, which in turn measurably influences student motivation, organization, and understanding. Eliminating the textbook adoptions for fiscal year 12 will also have a profound impact on our students. Currently under consideration are some new inquiry-based hands-on science curriculums at the middle school, and also we've talked about at the elementary schools. These texts would not only engage students in science, but also provide them with quality reading and writing opportunities that would be in alignment with our new literacy frameworks that covers science, social studies, and other subject areas. So eliminating these funds would eliminate the vision that we've been working toward with our leaders. I think the most palpable hit for every student in this district would be the loss of our instructional technology specialist. This person works at every school. It's one person at 5 schools working with all the students and teachers and administrators, as well as district level administrators, including assisting in creating technology-driven lessons, offering training opportunities for staff to learn new technologies, providing support for both professional and academic endeavors. On a large scale, this includes our EdLines program, running trainings for teachers and helping teachers design websites, web design, podcasts, blogs, wikis, assistive technologies for students, and other software and hardware-related learning. On the small scale, this includes helping teachers create Excel spreadsheets to demonstrate to students graphs and charts, assisting students to create projects in PowerPoint, helping administrators work with our website to improve communication in our school community. So it's a position that really touches all of the technology in our district. This is our staff. It's one person, and we would be losing that one person. And I just pulled on the mission statement to say that if we believe that our goal is to challenge and encourage our students to be thinking, creative, and responsible individuals who are confident and committed to excellence, then we must provide the support for these goals within our budget.
Thanks, Patrick.
Grade